All right. So, welcome. Thank you for taking the call, Gennady. So, for anyone that's not aware, this is a good friend of mine, Gennady Livin, and he's from the Yuriy Moshes group. Attorneys, lawyers, good, honest people that I've worked with in the past, and I wanted to just get him on the call here as a professional, just to hear his thoughts and just what's going on, man. What's going
Thanks
on?
for having me, Adrian. We're in
Yeah,
some
man.
crazy times right now.
Yep. Yeah, man. So yeah. I mean, I was thinking, cause I was contacting like landlords and just people that I'm dealing with in general, and the big question is, what's gonna happen at the end of the month? Like, am I gonna get my rent? Am I gonna, what are my legal, what are my legal parameters? Where am I? What do I do? So I said, all right, well, I'm gonna make sure to get all of the answers for you guys. But what I was telling them was I think it's a good time to get ahead of the first of the month. So we're away a couple of weeks, but bring it closer to them. So reach out to the tenants, um, find out what's going on with them, maybe offer them something, extended leases, or just in general, man. Like, what do you think? Where are they? What can they do? What do you have to say, man?
You're absolutely correct. I mean, all of these questions that are going to come about probably right now on a daily basis until months from now, at least. We have to play it as fluidly as possible. The court systems right now are essentially at a standstill. Evictions are halted. As landlords, I think our clients need to figure out that they're not going to be able to push their tenants to pay and to force to pay in times like this because the nation is in such uncertain times. The court isn't going to be of much help to them at this point. So what you're saying is it's to get ahead of the issue and start calling out to tenants ahead of time is a great idea. Maybe there's a need for concession. Maybe there's a need for some other type of assistance that a landlord can offer to keep their tenants on time.
Right.
But right now, to be telling tenants that they're going to be in fear of eviction, I think that's a false promise right now from landlords to be
Yeah.
making to tenants because we're in such a difficult time where courts aren't really operating at full scale at all.
Wow. Wow. So everything has just completely paused. But you know what I was thinking? I said, you know what? Stores are closing, restaurants are closing, but people, we're not closed. We're alive. We're open. Communication is open. Random acts of kindness, that's still available. Respect. Most people, like, I think they still look for that. That's still a commodity out there, right? Like,
Well,
people
I
still
think I think that we need to have
honesty.
respect for all of us and each other and our peers, our clients, and just the person that we are walking past on the street.
Right.
I think as professionals, especially in the industry that we're in, I think respect goes a long way.
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with respect for our clients' time, respect for their decision at this point to take things slower,
Mhm.
to determine kind of how the economy is going to recover, what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks, let alone in the next 2 months.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us in the real estate industry are going to have to get a little bit more patient when it comes to the transaction, whether a lease signing or whether it be a sale or purchase.
Yeah.
It'll take a little bit more time now. We're
Yeah.
all going to have to be a little bit more understanding when deadlines are not being respected.
Right.
Again, back to that big respect word.
Right.
Contract dates may not be adhered to as stringently as they should be, because again, you're not going to be able to use the court to facilitate any type of relief anytime soon. So we have to be mindful of that as members of this industry.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you man, what do you tell what do you tell a landlord, or what do you tell someone that's in contract to purchase, or someone that's ready to sell, or I mean, I'm straight up telling my people. I said, look, if you don't have to sell right now, don't. Let's try to figure out what's happening right now, and let's get ahead of this thing. What are their legal rights? What are people able to do? What are they not able to do?
Well, I think a lot of it is circumstantial. If you have clients that have not entered into contract yet, then yeah, right now is probably not the time when you're going to get top dollar for the sale of your property. But that's more of your expertise than mine.
Right.
In terms of my area of expertise, if they're already in contract, then just as I mentioned recently a few moments ago, be a little bit more patient. You're going to close. Things should move towards the closing table, but you have to be a little bit more patient. Banks are not operating at full speed when we're talking about getting mortgage commitments.
Right.
So it's going to have to take a little bit more patience from all parties.
Yeah, that's uh, that's exactly right, man. That's good insight, man. Um, tell the people a little bit about you. Do I should have started the call with
Oh, that's all right.
introducing you a little bit better, man.
That's all right, Adrian. Well,
My first call.
I think for as long as you and I have known each other, and added probably 10 more years on top of that, we've probably been handling hundreds and many transactions of sales and purchases.
Yeah.
We have earned our bones in the industry, handling foreclosure matters and short sale matters on behalf of our clients. And I think the industry is going to see a little bit of a foreclosure spike. I'd
Yeah.
say in the next, not next quarter, maybe a bit too soon, but the quarter after, maybe the third or fourth quarter of the year. So that's something for all of our listeners to also be aware of, that, you know, uh, before we would always go around training on what a foreclosure and short sale is, and probably the third or fourth quarter of the year, we're all going to need to learn what a foreclosure short sale is, because I think a lot of that type of business will be out there.
Yeah.
The trickle down effect of the economy from small businesses having to close their doors, the reality is going to be is that people will not be able to satisfy their monthly obligations for a mortgage payment,
Right.
and we have to be ready to educate the consumers and our clients that there are ways out and there are options. And I think that's the best we can do right now, Adrian.
Yeah.
Educate our clients, educate our consumers, whoever we speak with. Just tell people not to panic, and this is a time, and it too shall pass.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. Like, we're realtors. We're in the service business. Attorneys, bankers, everybody, all of these people in the service business. I think now's the time to definitely step up. Not only like, hey, what can I, what is your house ready to, are you ready to sell? Are you ready to buy? But like, how are you? You know what I mean? Like what's happening? Is everything okay? Is there anyone I can connect you to? So definitely.
A simple, I agree with you, and as much as our office is working remotely right now to handle all the work that we have, a lot of the things that we make sure that our staff is aware of and our team is aware of, that you got to ask, how are you and how are you feeling right now?
Yeah.
Right now, that comes first and foremost, the health of our clients and the safety of our clients. That's going to be the most important thing, because if they're in self quarantine, or if they're exposed to the new virus, nobody's closing. Nobody's getting to a closing table. So
Right.
I think it's in everyone's best interest to make sure that everyone we're dealing with is doing well,
Yeah.
doesn't need any of our help, and there's nothing that we can do by putting our best foot forward to offer them a lending hand if that's what's needed.
Definitely, definitely, and like we don't have all of the answers. We do not have a playbook as to how this is going to play out. But what we do have is at least case study from the past, and try to leverage that knowledge with this current situation, and try to pull through. I think people are looking for leaders. I think they're looking for people to say, hey, I'm here. Let's go this way. Or at least some type of direction and education. So yeah, definitely, man. Thanks for taking the call. I don't know if you have any other last tips that you want to put out there. If you're looking for an attorney
I think
representing, go ahead.
I think that thanks, Adrian. I think right now it has to do with ask for more. Don't be shy. Reach out for help.
Yeah.
And if you have a question in regards to how this is going to affect a pending transaction, or if it's how a decision of yours to buy right now or to sell right now is going to affect you in the near future, just go ahead and ask. I think
Yeah.
right now is a good time for everyone to be doing their homework,
Yep.
and gearing up for moves, whether it's going to be in the near future or a little bit of a more distant future. But, be prepared and get ready. Ask the
For sure.
questions that you'll need answers for.
For sure. Thank you so much, Gennady Litvin, of the Yuriy Moshes group. You can find these guys in Sheepshead Bay, right? Sheepshead Bay?
Yeah, Brighton Beach. Well, we're
Perfect.
everywhere online, but our headquarters is on Brighton Beach with another office that we have in Midtown.
Perfect. Good group of guys, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adrian, for
We'll
having us.
be in touch.